Alright, so I was having a lot of problems with Smite crashing for me, and it would crash at random times, sometimes when I booted the game up, sometimes when I was just playing the game randomly crashing, and sometimes it would even lead to a blue screen of death. And I searched around a lot on Google, and I found a lot of different forums that mentioned the same problem, but no one seemed to find a solution, or no one was able to find a solution to it, it seemed. So on a completely unrelated forum, I found something about missing DLL files. This was just for standard crashes on a Windows 8 PC. It should be the same for Windows 7 and maybe even Windows XP, Vista and XP, that is. But the problem seemed to be missing DLL files, either because missing in the sense that they were either not there or they were corrupted, so Windows couldn't find them or properly use them. And in my case, that's why my Smite was crashing all the time. My Skyrim was also crashing. This could also fix this solution I'm about to show you could also fix crashes for other games which have similar DLL files which are corrupted or missing. It's pretty simple. It does not work for Mac or Linux, so if you're on one of those OSs and you have problems with your games crashing, this won't fix that. But there might be a similar command or something that you can find. But basically, it requires you to run a command from command prompt. So if you're not comfortable with using command prompt, I'll put a link in the description with a batch file, which you can just run as administrator, which will do the entire work for you. But it's basically just one line, so it's not that difficult. There's nothing you can really do wrong here. Now, we need to open up command prompt, and if you're on a normal computer or a normal Windows 8, you can just hit the Windows key and then X. This will pop up this little box here, and you just hit command prompt admin. But I'm sure most people can probably find it. It's important that you run it as administrator, though, so it has to be an elevated command prompt, as they call it. And the command we're going to be using is sfc, and then you need to add the command extension /scannow, and that basically, what that does is it scans your computer, and then it at the same time tells it to replace any files that it finds that are corrupted after it's finished scanning. Now I've already run this, and the first time I ran it, I did find a few corrupted files, and since then I've had no problems. Whenever my game crashes, not necessarily Smite, but whenever a game crashes in general, I generally try to check this through just to make sure it's not some file that was corrupted or something. So what you'll see is it'll start with beginning system scan. This process will take some time, and then it begins the verification process, and this could take a few minutes. It depends on your system, but it generally shouldn't take more than 10 minutes, I would say. Now, if it finds any errors and it fixes it, then in all likelihood that was probably what was causing your Smite to crash. If it does not find any, then the problem with Smite crashing on your PC may be something completely unrelated, and I would highly recommend reinstalling the game. What I did when I did this originally was I reinstalled the game, then I ran this process, just to make sure that there was nothing with a faulty installation that was messed up, that it was also causing problems. So I have not experienced any crashes or slowdowns or anything like that in Smite since I ran this. Now I'll just continue running. Even if you close it down, it's going to continue running in the background. But I recommend leaving it up so you know when it's done and so you can see if it found anything. Now, to show you guys that it's actually working now, I'm going to open up Smite so you can see that it does work, in fact. This could take a little bit of time to open up. Smite's not exactly highly optimized when it comes to opening it up. I'm running on an SSD, by the way, so it's faster than most people, but still slow. And then, I mean, at this point you shouldn't have any more problems with regards to can't even switch out. This might trip you guys up a little bit. Alright, hopefully you should be seeing this. Alright, hopefully you should be seeing it now. So you can see it's working. It didn't crash or anything. I was just never used XSplit before. And I'm just gonna open up the Joust solo, pick any god, and just lock in, just to show you guys I can get in and I can do some actions. And it's not crashing anymore. Additionally, I would also recommend you running the high-res diagnostic tool. It looks like this. Basically, I would recommend that you check for updates, and then you also run a validate and repair. Usually, if you've done all those things, you've reinstalled the game, you've run the SFC, and you've validated and repaired, and it's still not working, then I would definitely recommend that you contact high-res, because then there's seriously something wrong with the game. But otherwise, try those 3 steps, and that should pretty much fix any problems you might have with the game.